Good afternoon, sir. Today I would like to explain consignment. Consignment, it is a new chapter. In internet first year it is not coming. Basically, it is a different business topic. Every businessman wants to increasing their profits. According for that, the fulfill of that objective, there should be increasing more sales. For that sales, we have two alternatives. One is appointing an agent and selling on the basis of commission, and another one is setting up own outlets in different areas and increasing their sales. Here, setting up own outlets and increasing sales it is very difficult task because we have to spend more costly for that and we have to bear more risk. Therefore, setting up an agent and selling the goods is a very easy task. That is called consignment. In consignment, there are two parties. One is consigner, another one is consignee. Consigner means he is a owner of the business. He send goods to the agent. He is the owner. Here in consignment, the ownership of goods is never transferred to the consignee. Consignee means receiving the goods. He is the consignee. Consignee receive the goods in the behalf of the consigner. Consigner send to goods to him. So here basically the business increasing number of sales and increasing profit. For that already we have sales. So here we should know the difference between consignment and sales. In consignment, the ownership never changes to consigner to consignee. In the sales, ownership will be changed. Once the good is sold to the buyer will be the owner. So that is the main difference in consignment and sale. Another one is relationship. In relationship in consignment, consigner and consignee relationship with agent and principal. In the sales, seller and buyer relationship is creditor and debitor. So relationship also different. In consignment, all expenses bear by consigner, but in sales, all expenses bear by buyer only. So risk also bear by in consigner, risk bear by the buyer. So difference is there in consignment and sales. For that, consignment is very useful to getting more profit. That ownership will never change to the consignee. So this is a consignment. Coming to this point, in consignment, the two terms is there. Very important for that. Those two terms based on the preparing of accounts books of the consignor and consignee. One is pro forma invoice. Pro forma invoice means prepared by consignor. In pro forma invoice, the details about the stock like goods value, goods quantity, description, everything sent to the consignor to consignee. So the pro forma invoice prepared by consignor only. Another one is account sales. Account sales prepared by consignee and sent to the consignor. In account sales, only details of regarding sales and is consignee expenses, consignee commission and final settlement of sent to the consignor. These details are there in account sales. So coming to the accounts books of consignor and consignee. So basically in consignment follows accounting principles. Already we discussed in first year what are those accounting principles. Mainly accounting principles is three principles is there. One is personal account, nominal account and real account. Based on personal account, what is the debit and credit? Based on personal account, receiver is a debit, giver is a credit. Based on real account, what comes in debit, what goes out credit. Based on nominal account, expenses and losses is debit, gains and incomes are credit. These principles are applicable in consignment account also. So now preparing to the books of consignor books. Consignor books. Here three accounts are prepared. One is consignment account. Second one is consignee account. Third one is goods sent on consignment. So basically these three accounts prepared in the books of consignor. So here discuss one by one. Consignment account. Consignment account. It is a nominal account. This account prepared like a profit and loss account. In consignment account, it is a nominal account. So all expenses, all consignment expenses should be debited. All incomes should be credited. Finally, this account is prepared. The main objective is getting whether it is profit or loss. Next, consignee account. It is a personal account. It is prepared to know the how much amount received from consignee and how much amount to be paid to the consignee. So this account main objective. This is a personal account. All receives from consignee is debited. All payments of consignee to the credited. Next, goods sent and consignment account. It is a real account. First, this transaction recorded when goods sent to the consignee. That means consignment account data to goods sent to the consignment account. This account simply transferred to trading and profit and loss account, trading account or purchase account, and closing this account. These are the main accounts prepared in consignor books. Before going to prepare these accounts, we should know what are the transaction recorded in the consignor. So this is a very important. So we discuss what are the transactions recorded in the books of consignor. One is goods sent to consignee. This is the first transaction. Consignment account begin from this transaction only. For this transaction, journal entry is consignment account data to goods sent on consignment. Here we are goods sent to the consignment, so consignment account is debited. Next transaction, consignor expenses. For this transaction, consignment account data to bank account because consignor directly pay to the expenses. So here this is the expenses. All expenses should be debited to the consignment account. So consignment account debit, cash going to the outside. So cash is credited, being consignor expenses paid. Next transaction, advance received from consignee. Advance received from consignee. For this transaction, bank account data, cash account data, bills receivable account data to consignee account. If consignee paid to the bill, so bills receivable is also debited. So being advance received from consignee. This is the next transaction. Consignee expenses. Consignee expenses. For consignee expenses, consignment account data to consignee account, being consignee expenses paid. Next transaction, sales reported. For this sales reported, here consignee account data to consignment account because goods sold by the consignee. So here consignee account data to consignment account. Next transaction, consignee commission. For this transaction, consignment account data to consignee account, commission payable to the consignee. That is the main transactions. Finally, unsold stock remaining with consignee. Unsold stock remaining with consignee. For this transaction, consignment stock account data to consignment account. After this transaction is completed, we can prepare the consignment account. Once consignment account will prepare, main objective of the consignment account is we should know whether getting profit or loss. So in this case, if we get the profit for the transaction, journal entry is consignment account data to profit and loss account. This is for getting profit. If we get the loss for the transaction, consignment profit and loss account data to consignment account. This is the getting profit or loss on the basis of consignment. Finally, any amount received from consignee, that is settlement, final settlement, for the transaction, we record it as a cash account data, bills payable account data, bank account to consignee account. So final settlement received from the consignee. So these are the transactions recorded in the books of consignor. So after recording this transaction, we should prepare the consignment account, consignee accounts, goods sent on consignment account. These are the main books of preparing in consignor. Thank you, sir.